Hey y'all. Hey guys. Judson here with Thrive Yoga and Wellness. And I had somebody ask for just a juicing recipe so I'm going to do a quick green juice, the one that it's kind of my go-to quick green juice. And I've got my juicer all set up. The one thing I didn't suggest in the video about this is this particular juicer makes the juices really pulpy. And so if you want to filter out some of that, a simple little sifter like this, you can either do it before, after, or during. Just depends on personal preference. I will do it probably during today because that's going to be the quickest and easiest thing. Another thing you can use is just I'm not sure if this is what kind of exactly what the name of this bag is, but it's pretty thin, but it does allow water or juice to filter through it. And you can dump all the pulp in here, as you can see, because it's tarnished green. Dump all the pulp in there and then squeeze it out. And it's a little faster, a little easier. So anyway, I've got some of the stuff prepped already. I've washed everything. For those of you that are going to do a lot of juicing, I would suggest getting a simple apple slicer. It will save you so much time than having to cut all these apples up. And so that's it. This is my quick green juice. Sorry for the delay, guys, or the having a little bit of video difficulty. So I've got ginger. I'm not going to use this whole thing. I've got 2 things of turmeric. I will probably use both of these. And then I just go get this bag spinach. It's 16 ounces, but I'm only going to use probably around 10. I might use the whole bag. It just depends. So hopefully you can be able to hear me over the juicer. I'm going to kind of step this way where I'm prepping a little bit so the juicer's not right in the mic. One other thing, if you're doing lemons or any sort of citrus, you do have to peel them when you juice them, unless you have one of those big crank down citrus juicers. If you've got one of those, then you don't have to, you don't have to cut the peels off. But if you're doing it with this particular juicer or one of the centrifugal juicers, you have to peel it. I mean, technically you can put the peel in this juicer, but it's going to make that juice super bitter. So we'll go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and cut the lemon first. My personal preference is I don't mind a little bit of pulp, so I'm going to take this off. And I'm going to drop that apple slicer, and I'm going to rinse it off. I'm going to take this. I'm going to go ahead and peel all the lemons. This is probably one of the more time-consuming things because you just have to, peeling lemons is not the easiest thing in the world. Another thing is if you use large carrots, you will have to cut these up. Definitely chunk them like this, but then I would probably still cut them in half again. Just because on this particular juicer, the Omega 350, VRT 350, the auger that turns will stop and get clogged. And plus, you can't fit. I mean, you can actually. Yeah, it's a lot bigger than I thought. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. Hopefully, you can hear me over the. Actually, I didn't double check something before I got started, so let me double check that. There's a little, so on the bottom of this little thing, on the bottom of this basket, there's a little rubber gasket that goes in here that traps the juice, keeps the juice from coming out this port where the refuse comes out. Otherwise, if you don't have that closed, it will shoot out all of the juice with the refuse. So you got to do that to make sure that you're getting all your juice. So I'm going to maximize. I'm going to do some of this. I'm going to go ahead and cut my apple and throw some apple in there. One of the things about apples is with the core, you can juice the core. And actually, it's probably a really good thing that you do juice the core, because there are some stuff in the seeds that are good for you as well. I'm a little hungry right now, so I'm going to eat some apple too. Maybe not. What the heck, guys? I love green apple. Can't, what can I say? So, I'm going to let the apple go through, and then I'm going to open up the spinach. And the way I do the spinach is I'll grab a handful. We're going to go ahead and slide the sifter in there. I grab spinach and I'll grab a handful and I'll ball it up and I'll just shove it in, okay? Lost one there. A trick that I've learned to help with the spinach is soft. It's any sort of soft leafy vegetable. You need something that's got a little bit of a little firmness to it. So I like to use celery to shove through with the spinach, and it just helps. I've found that it just helps extract as much nutrients from the spinach as you can get. And it just kind of also helps things go a little faster, makes it a little faster as far as, you just shove if you were just shoving all spinach down there. Because if you just shove all spinach down there, I'm going to mix it up and throw in a cucumber now. If you're just shoving all cucumber down there, then it'll just go slow. It'll take a long time. I mean, all spinach, rather. So the cucumber I cut into cucumber spears, just so they'll fit. Cucumber creates a lot of juice. And it's also a softer vegetable, softer as far as core goes. And another tip too, after soft vegetables or something like that, it's always a good idea to run something hard through. It just helps push out all the refuse, so you can get other stuff in there. And so I'll shove the carrot in, and sometimes, so this juicer actually comes with a plunger, but it got lost in one of the 4 moves that we made since we bought this juicer. So I just take a blunt carrot and I'll use that as my plunger. You don't have to, small children can probably reach their fingers down there, but adults can't reach the auger. It's too far down. But that's safety concern. You got to be safe. You don't want to rip off a finger while you're making juices. So I'm going to go ahead and shove this in real quick. I'm going to try to speed this up a little bit because we're getting close. But prep time, it took me maybe 10 minutes to cut this stuff up. It's probably going to take me 15, 20 minutes to juice everything. And then, I know that's time consuming, but the thing about this is you could make this juice in the evening before you go to bed. And then in the morning, hop up in the morning, grab it, and you're out the door. And, that way it's ready. You don't have to worry about the nutrients. Oh, another tip. Every juice needs to have some lemon in it, because lemon will help slow down the breakdown of enzymes. So the nutrients will last longer. You don't have to worry about enzymes oxidizing, I believe is the correct term. It's just something, in my opinion, I think you want to mix it up, but there are probably 4 to 5 things that I think should be in every single juice. For me, one of them is apples, green apples, because they'll help extend the juice, make it a lot more. Another one is ginger. turmeric, and lemon. Those are kind of my four or five. There's probably a couple others that I always put, but I'm drawing a blank in them right now. But you want to mix up your juice because you don't want to, some people, if you like drinking the same thing every day, then some people do it. I will make that big green juice that you've seen on a previous video, and I'll drink that for, a couple of days. But sometimes it does get tiring of drinking the same juice over and over again. I'm gonna step down and grab one thing. So also another tip, when I'm at home, we're not at home right now, but when I'm at home making my juice, I always store my juice in glass, not plastic. But also, it's just better. Another one of my favorite juices that's also simple is 2 apples. I call it a lemonade. It's one of my favorites by far. It's 2 green apples, 2 lemons, a healthy portion of ginger, some turmeric, of course, and you can stop there. I do it one of 2 ways. I either stop there if strawberries aren't in season. But if strawberries are in season, I'll grab, even if they're not in season, I'll still sometimes grab some, I'll grab some frozen strawberries. And I'll throw some frozen strawberries, not in the juicer, but I'll throw it in the blender after the fact and just have frozen strawberry lemonade. And it is hands down one of my favorite juices, especially during the summer. The frozen strawberry lemonade. Strawberries, yeah, they're a little sweeter, but honestly, that juice, it just, ginger has the ability to wake you up and kind of make you alert, similar to the effects of coffee. So if you are doing a true blue juice fast and you don't want to do any caffeine, you're going to kind of detox yourself from caffeine. Start increasing your ginger intake because that will increase that. Ginger has the same effects as caffeine. So let's get this other apple going. This will probably make enough juice for 2 juices if you're drinking 32 ounces at a time. If another thing to think about is if you're new to juicing or you want to try it or get started with it, you don't have to go crazy like I'm doing, drinking nothing but juice. What I would suggest is if you're interested in trying it and you want to just start slowly, start making juices and just introduce it into your regular diet. Don't change anything else about your day, your eating habits, but add 2 juices. Add 16 ounces of juice every day, or 2 16-ounce juices. One mid-afternoon, or 1 in the morning, 1 in the mid-afternoon, or 1 in mid-afternoon, one between 10 and 12, and then another one between, maybe before you go to the gym, if you go to the gym after work. So at 3 or 4 o'clock, you're going to get off at 5, maybe drink a juice. Might perk you up, give you a little more energy to hit the gym if you're into that, or whatever you're going to do. Just kind of some tips / tricks of the stuff that I've learned, because the longer you do it, the better it's going to be for you. And even honestly, if you just there's other videos out there of people who have just added 32 ounces of juice to their diet every day, and after a month or longer, maybe, depending, they started craving more fruits and vegetables. Their body is starting to feel better. So their body's going, wow, let's you know, let's get some more carrots in there. Let's try something else. Let's maybe try some, I don't know, beets. You know, I'll juice beets, but I won't eat beets. So, and there's other videos I've seen where people have added juices, you know, 32 ounces of juice to their diet a day, and after a year, they've lost a bunch of weight. You know, they were down 40 pounds. They didn't really change anything else about their diet, except they started adding juice. They feel better, they have more energy, and they've naturally started losing weight. If that's your goal, great. I want to lose weight to feel better. I don't necessarily care about looking super fit. I just want to, you know, I've got a back injury, I've got a knee injury from a long time ago. I just want to not hurt, basically. So that's my goal in this, is to feel better, so that I have more, and also so I have more energy to chase the kids around. Because anybody out there who's got small kids, you know, I mean, they'll wear you out. And that reminds me of another just kind of idea. If you do have small kids and you are cooking for them regularly, you know, don't be hard on yourself if you're doing a juice fast and you know, maybe grab a, whatever it is, I don't know, you know, like our kids ate spaghetti and meatballs. If you grab a meatball with spaghetti, now spaghetti has a lot of calories, but, you know, don't be hard on yourself. You know, we are our own worst critics, but just take it easy. You know, you'll get there. I think patience is probably one of the hardest things to give ourselves. Now, that's my simple green juice. I'm going to go ahead and let some more of this drain out. Let me grab a glass to sit underneath this thing so I don't make a mess, because it's going to continue to drip out. So that's my simple green juice, and I will, and if you let juices sit, just so you know, if you let juices sit any amount of time, they will separate out. So you just have to give them a quick little stir, or if they're in a glass container, just shake them up, you know, twist it over back and forth. But there you go, super green, super healthy juice. Man, that looks really good. That's some make you feel good juice right there. Thanks so much for watching, you guys, and y'all have a great day. We'll see you next time.